Hi there, Rebecca here, and although it is gorgeous out right now, I wanted to make pumpkin bliss balls with you guys. So let's go ahead and just kind of get started right away with what you're gonna need. I will write this out for you as well, but coconut oil, dates or any kind of dried fruit, about a cup, pitted. Now, pumpkin. I went ahead and bought the sweetened pumpkin pie mix, the organic stuff, which means I just don't have to add as much sweetener. You can go ahead and buy the unsweetened kind, it's fine, but we're gonna go ahead and add maple syrup or agave anyways if you don't have the sweetened. So I just like the way this is already very spiced. Oh, pumpkin pie spice, which reminds me. Or cinnamon, ginger, allspice combo. And then for your nuts and oats, you're gonna need a cup of oats, some almonds, some pumpkin seeds. I'm gonna add a little bit of cranberry to mine, which is optional, and then the chia seeds, also optional. You could add hemp hearts, walnuts, coconut, flakes. All those things are optional to this recipe, and it'll always still work. So, shall we go ahead and get started? In your high-speed, food processor or blender, we're gonna go ahead and measure out the pumpkin. Let me get a spoon here. It's so nice to have you guys in my kitchen with me again. I was thinking about doing this as a cooking class, but then I was like, no, we'll just make this easy. So I'm gonna do about 3/4 of a cup. And you guys know my style. I don't really like to measure. I hope that this doesn't make it too wet. I think I did something like this last time. I'm gonna save the rest of that for some other baking or maybe pancakes later. Dates, a cup, or of any dried fruit. Oats are always a cup for me. Now, if you wanted to make this more paleo and not have grains, you could double up on your nuts or use coconut flakes instead of oats. Almonds, I'm gonna do 1/2 cup of almonds today. Because I'm also gonna use a nut butter because I want it to be really doughy. That's kind of my consistency when I want these to be kind of like a pumpkin dough bites. Yum. Pumpkin seeds, obviously. 1/2 cup. Now, for nut butters, I love this rainforest butter. So I'm gonna go ahead and add, I don't know, about a heaping tablespoon. It's a really big tablespoon. Yeah. And again, because my pumpkin is sweetened, I'm not gonna add very much sweetener, but I am gonna just do a touch of agave or maple syrup. I just bought this organic agave and I'm thinking I might as well use it up. It was on sale. That was like a tablespoon or 2. You're gonna just go ahead and try your dough when it's done and see if it needs more or not. And then with your coconut oil, probably another heaping tablespoon to 2 tablespoons. I'm gonna go ahead and just go a little bit light on it. It's because there's already that heaping thing of nut butter, which is also your fat. So there we go. Now, like I said, I'm going to add extras. So a little bit of chia and a little bit of cranberry. And then let's not forget our spices. So not much of a measurer. I'm just going to stick my 1/3 cup thing in here. Give it a little sprinkle. And then chia seeds. I don't know, 2 heaping tablespoons. This is the best way to learn how to cook. It's just Iron Chefing and eyeballing and using your intuition. So sea salt, 100%. It's gonna help bring out those flavors. And don't be shy. It's not gonna taste salty unless you overdo it. But as you can see, a lot. Should have put my hair up in Now, this is the pumpkin pie spice. If you haven't bought any, you're probably out of luck. When I bought this, they were almost out of stock. It's a hot thing. It only comes out at this time of year. And for some reason, it's just so much more tastier than when you make it yourself. The best one is the one that Whole Foods makes, but the Clubhouse one is also good. Okay? So now I'm gonna go ahead and be loud and blend this. Actually, I'll pause the video and then I'll meet you back when this is all blended, okay? Okay, back. Blended it for a minute on my high-speed food processor and went ahead and got started on my balls. It should be, mine was perfect, nice and thick. See, thick. And if it is too wet or too dry, if it's too wet, add more oats. If it's too dry, go ahead, add some more pumpkin or coconut oil or nut butter. The thing is with the coconut and the pumpkin and the nut butter, it's gonna feel kind of sticky and wet, but when you go to put it in your freezer or fridge, they're gonna congeal and be perfect. So don't worry if like when you're rolling it out in your hands, it feels like it's getting a bit, too wet or too sticky. As long as you can make like nice little shaped balls, then your dough is perfect. So that was the recipe. I'll go ahead and write it out underneath. If you go ahead and make these, make sure you tag me in them. I would love to see your creations. You're gonna get to roll in the rest of these. I'm gonna pop them in the freezer for at least an hour to settle. And then after that, they can be kept in the fridge. I just keep mine in the freezer and take them out 15 minutes before I would want to eat one. And they're the perfect pre or post workout snack, or just snack at any time. They're also perfect for kids because they taste like little cookie bite balls, dough balls. So go ahead and enjoy a little taste of pumpkin as we head into fall.